Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I do have a book recommendation for you this week. I finished reading Sense of Deception by Victoria Laurie. And if you saw me mention this book in a previous video when I was reading it at the time, I mentioned that my daughter bought me this book because there's a book in this series that's not available in paperback, and she thought she found it and she thought it was this one. It wasn't, but I'm so glad that she made that mistake because this might be one of my favorite books in the series. It was amazing. It just sucked me in from the first page, and like I said, if you saw my video when I was actually reading this, I did tell you how it opened, but in case you missed that, I'm going to tell you again. The book actually begins with Abby getting arrested. She's being held in contempt of court after she outs the judge in front of the entire courtroom, which I love Abby. I love her so much. Yes, so, you know, she's up there on the witness stand and she outs the judge, and that's just fantastic. So she gets arrested, and she is actually being held in a cell with a death row inmate, which they're not supposed to do. And of course, when she calls her husband and tells him what's happened, after he finishes laughing, because he's kind of amused by her antics as well, he gets upset that she's in a cell with a death row inmate, and he and his FBI buddies actually get Abby moved out of that cell, but Abby's not happy about that because while she's in there with Skylar, who is the death row inmate, she learns that Skylar's 9-year-old son was murdered, and she is on death row for his murder. But immediately Abby gets the sense that Skylar didn't do this. She's not the one who killed her son, and Skylar actually loves her son very much. And there's a part of Skylar that doesn't mind that she's about to face the lethal injection in, I believe it's 11 days, because she feels like she's going to be reunited with her son. So Abby realizes that this woman did not do this, and she can't let this go. So even though Skylar obviously can't really hire her, Abby decides that she's going to take it upon herself to find the person who really did kill Skylar's son, Noah. And this book was so good because, you know, you have the typical Abby humor in there, and then you have the other side, which it's really kind of emotional because Abby gets so invested in this case and trying to save Skylar's life, and at the same time, her psychic abilities are telling her that Skylar is not going to win her last appeal, that she is going to lose. So Abby has to find another way to save her. It's just absolutely fantastic. I did figure out who did it ahead of time. That's kind of my curse, and I think it's because I'm a writer. But it did not take away from the book at all, because what Victoria Laurie did so well was she basically left clues that implicated other people in this case. And that was the really cool thing about this case, is that Abby realizes there were so many holes in the case against Skylar, but they were never pursued. They just kind of accused her and found her guilty because she was like the easy answer. But Abby found all of these holes in the case, which, you know, helped Candace, her partner, you know, convince her that Skylar was actually innocent. It helped convince her husband Dutch, and it just, you know, she got everybody on board going, oh my goodness, you know, Skylar didn't do this. So it was great. I mean, just seeing all of that come together and then figuring out how the actual crime actually happened, it was fantastic. So absolutely amazing book. If you haven't read it, check it out. Again, you don't have to read the books in this series in order. I have not, but if you'd like to, check out Abby Cooper's Psychic Eye. That's book 1, and you can go from there. So that's my recommendation for you this week. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will see you back here on Friday with another fun fact. Bye, guys.